Alright guys, welcome to your fourth Java game development tutorial, and in this tutorial is going to be a continuation of the last tutorial where we set our window to full screen to take over the whole monitor. So we already changed the window to undecorated and made it so you can't resize it, and we already set it to full screen window, but now we need to do a little check to make sure that we have a couple things done first. Go ahead and add space right there, and go ahead and make an if statement. We're going to be checking two things. Remember, we passed in that DM, which is pretty much your monitor or pretty much display mode settings, and this is things like resolution, bit depth, and refresh rate. So make sure that if your settings are not equal to null, that means as long as there's something in them, as long as you have settings. I mean, if you passed it in nothing, then it wouldn't know what to do. So this means as long as you gave it something to work with, and what's my and sign? I covered it up on my keyboard with stickers, so it takes me long to find weird things. And video card, remember we made that variable up here, is display change supported. Now what this little thing means is if your video card is able to change the display, pretty much equal to change the display. So you want to check that first, because if you try calling this and it's not even able to change it, then you're gonna get some stuff messed up. What do we want to do? Well, first of all, we want to try something, and let's just go ahead and catch my exception. Catch exception E. Actually name it EX. I don't want to have another E. What do we want to try? We want to try video card dot set display mode and set this equal to DM right there. So here's what we're pretty much doing. Whenever we call, let me tighten this up a little bit, that's what she said. Whenever we call set full screen method, it's going to take that window, it's going to strip it of everything that we don't need, make it so you can't resize it, and then it's going to put that window into the full screen mode. And what this does right here is it checks if you have monitor settings, and it checks if it's able to display those settings, and stuff like resolution, refresh rate. That's what we were changing right here. And if you're saying, alright, what are those settings? Well, we didn't pass them in yet, so if you don't know them, well then you shouldn't. So now we're going to build two more methods. One's really easy. One's a method that we're going to use later on to return the window. Public window, since it's returning window, get full screen window. Very descriptive method name. And for this, I should go ahead and put return VC video card get full screen window right there. This pretty much just returns your window. We might need that later on. We might not, but you know, might as well have it if we need it. And the last thing that we need to do is we need to make a method to restore the screen to normal, because if we call this method make it full screen, then we have no way of getting back to regular, and I don't want to be stuck at looking at some stupid full screen for the rest of my life as long as I have this computer. So we better build a method to bring it back to regular, and we will name this public void restore screen, just like that. It's not going to take any parameters. All it's going to do is change the screen back to normal. So let's go ahead and put window W and set this equal to VC dot get full screen window. And what this pretty much does is get the window. And what do we want to do to it? Let's go ahead and make an if statement. If that window is not equal to anything, which pretty much as long as the window contains something, what do we want to do? W dot, which is the window, dispose right there. And what dispose means is anytime, well, usually when you close a window, you usually want to dispose it, and this pretty much just frees the resources for better garbage collecting and stuff like that, but it's just good programming practice to dispose your window whenever you're closing it. And now let's go ahead and add one more thing. Video card set full screen window, and again, this pretty much sets the full screen of whatever parameter you pass into it, and put null right there. And when you pass null in the set full screen window, it makes sure that whatever you have, it's not in full screen anymore. So instead of making something full screen, it takes it away from full screen. So that is well, that's all we're going to do for this tutorial. This screen class is already built, so as long as you follow this tutorial and the last tutorial, that's all we need to do for the screen class right now. In the next tutorial, we're going to do things like passing it in display modes and actually running it and see what happens. So the next tutorial is going to be awesome, but for now, this is all you get. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out my next tutorial where we'll be actually making something appear on the screen finally. So again, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. This game making is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. But anyways, I'm rambling. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.